Genius Kids. Cultivating love for learning.
Chapter 11. Universe. Knowledge acquisition. Moon, planets, stars, sun, etc. comprise of heavenly bodies or celestial objects. Space containing heavenly bodies constitutes the universe. Study of universe is called astronomy. All stars appear to move from east to west because Earth rotates on its axis from west to east. Discussion. Jack. Oh, fantabulous, stars, sun, sky and my Earth. Susie. Then, you wanna read about it? Jack. Yes, Susie, I am very excited for this chapter. After all, it's about astronaut, space. Susie. Okay, then the lecture is on. Let's go. The universe is everything that exists: stars, planets, satellites, other heavenly bodies, the atmosphere, or even the empty space is part of the universe. The sun, the moon, stars, planets and other objects in the sky are known as celestial objects or heavenly objects. The branch of the science that deals with the study of the celestial objects is called astronomy, and the people who study these objects and the universe are called astronomers. Solar system. Solar system comprises of the sun and 8 planets that move around the sun in their own specific curved lodes called orbits. Planets do not produce their own light. Sun provides heat and light to all the planets. 1. Sun. It is a star that is fixed in its position. All planets revolve around it. The heat and light produced by sun keeps our planet Earth hot and also illuminates it. 2. Planets. Planets revolve around the sun. They are not fixed in their position, but they revolve in specific orbits only. Out of 8 planets, 4 have rocky Earth-like surface. They are called terrestrial planets or Earth-like planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars. Other 4 planets are large in size and are basically composed of gases: Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Orbits in which planets move are elliptical. All planets move in counterclockwise direction from west to east. A. Mercury, Buddha. Smallest and closest planet to the Sun. Mercury does not have any atmosphere, so it does not support life. Mercury does not have any satellite. Mercury does not have any plane or seas on its surface. Orbital period of Mercury is 88 days. Rotation period of Mercury is 58.6 days. Critical thinking time taken by a planet to complete one revolution around the Sun is called its revolution time. Polar star or Dhruv Tara is the star which is located exactly above the axis of rotation of the Earth towards the North Pole. Mean distance between Earth and the Sun is called as 1 astronomical unit, 1 AV. 1 AV is equal to 1.5 into 108 kilometers. It takes about 8 minutes and 20 seconds for sunlight to reach the Earth. Sun is the closest star for our Earth. The second closest star is Alpha Centauri. Distance traveled by light in 1 year at a speed of 3 into 10 to the power 8 meters per second is called 1 light year. 1 light year is equal to 9.46 into 10 to the power 12 kilometers. Alpha Centauri is at a distance of 4.3 light years from Earth. B. Venus, Shukra. It is the brightest and the hottest planet of the solar system. It is called evening and morning star because it can be seen by naked eye before sunrise and after sunset. Atmosphere of Venus lacks oxygen and is made up of carbon dioxide basically. Therefore, greenhouse effect is much prominent on this planet. It rotates from east towards west. Venus does not have any satellite. Orbital period of Venus is 224.7 days. Rotational period of Venus is 243 days. See, Earth, Prithvi. Our planet is Earth. Earth is the only one planet that supports life. Earth has atmosphere well enriched with different gases including carbon dioxide and oxygen. Earth is called blue planet because 71% of its surface is covered with water. Earth's axis of rotation is 23.5 degrees away from Earth's equator. Orbital period of Earth is 365.25 days. Rotational period of Earth is 24 hours. Earth has only one satellite called Arun. D. Mars, Mangal. It is the red planet of the solar system. It is called so because it appears to be red in color from outer space. It has atmosphere comprising of carbon dioxide basically. It has the largest mountain in the entire solar system. Mars is similar to Earth in having different seasons, north and south polar ice caps. Mars does have water. Orbital period of Mars is 687 days. Critical thinking. Light year is the distance that light travels in 1 year. Rotation period of Mars is 24 hours 37 minutes 22 seconds. Mars has 2 satellites. E. Jupiter, Brihaspati. It is the largest planet of the solar system. It is made up of gases. Its atmosphere is made up of hydrogen, 90%, and helium, 10%. It has a large number of natural satellites. It is surrounded by faint rings. It is quite big so it appears bright although far from sun. It is covered with clouds so can reflect light. Orbital period of Jupiter is 11.867 years. Rotation period of Jupiter is 9 hours 65 minutes 30 seconds. Total number of satellites that Jupiter possesses include 63. F. Saturn, Shani. It is the second largest planet of the solar system. It is the least dense planet of the solar system. It is a gaseous planet comprising of hydrogen, 75%, and helium, 25%. It is of yellow color and remains surrounded by 2 prominent rings made up of tiny icy rock particles. Saturn can be seen easily by naked eyes, but its rings are visible with the help of a telescope only. Orbital period of Saturn is 29.461 years. Rotational period of Saturn is 10 hours 39 minutes 25 seconds. Total number of satellites that Saturn possesses include 31. G. Uranus. It is also called as a sideway planet because its rotational axis is tilted by 98 degrees to its orbital plane. It is also a gaseous planet made up of hydrogen and helium. Rings of Uranus are made up of dust. It rotates from east to west. Uranus is believed to have an ocean of water and ammonia. Uranus was the planet discovered with the help of a telescope. Orbital period of Uranus is 84 years. Rotational period of Uranus is 17 hours 14 minutes. Number of satellites possessed by Uranus is 21. H. Neptune. Last planet of the solar system. It is farthest from the Sun. Neptune also has rings. Orbital period of Neptune is 164.8 years. Rotational period of Neptune is 16 hours 3 minutes. Number of satellites possessed by Neptune is 11. Other members of the solar system. 1. Asteroids. These are the small bodies of the solar system in the orbit around the Sun. They are also called planetoids or minor planets. Asteroids cannot be seen by naked eyes directly. Asteroid belt is seen between Mars and Jupiter. 2. Comets. Comet is an icy small solar system body. It comes close to the Sun occasionally and displays a visible coma. That is a thin, fuzzy and temporary atmosphere. Then when a comet approaches the area near the Sun, then solar heat vaporizes some of its ice, that in turn results in the production of long tail made up of gases and dust particles. The tail of a comet points in the direction away from the Sun because pressure is exerted upon the comet by solar radiation. Lastly, Halley's comet was seen near the Sun in 1986. Next it will be seen in 2062 because its period of revolution is 76 years. Critical thinking. Earlier, Pluto was considered as a planet, but later on in 2006, Indian Astronomical Union, USA had deleted Pluto from the list. 3. Meteors. Broken rock particles of a comet or asteroids that is floating freely in space are called meteors or shooting stars. Shooting stars or the meteor get burnt on entry into the Earth's atmosphere due to the heat and the resistance generated by air. Burning meteor looks like a linear streak of light across the sky. Being small in size, meteors are burnt up very rapidly. 4. Meteorites. Large-size meteors are called meteorites. They, owing to their larger size, do not undergo complete burning, thus enter into the Earth's atmosphere as a half-burnt rocky particle. Meteorites help the scientists to study the composition of solar system. Satellites. A celestial body that revolves around a planet in specific orbital path is called a satellite. Satellites can be of two types. A. Natural satellite. A celestial body that revolves around a planet naturally is called a natural satellite or a moon. B. Artificial satellite. A man-made object that is made to revolve around a planet artificially is called an artificial satellite. Moon. Natural satellite of the Earth is Moon. It is visible in the night sky because of the reflection of sunlight falling on it. Moon orbits the Earth with a speed of 3,680 km per hour. Time required by the Moon to complete one revolution of Earth is about 27 days. However, the time taken by the Moon to complete one rotation about its own axis is called one lunar day, and it is equal to 29 days. 1 lunar day is equal to 29 days. Changes in position of the Moon change its visible shape. Phases of the Moon. Due to the change in the relative position of Moon, Sun and the Earth, the amount of reflected light from the Moon changes, which in turn changes the visible shape of the Moon. When the Moon comes in between the Earth and the Sun, then the sunlight reflected by the Moon doesn't reach the Earth, as a result of which Moon becomes invisible from Earth. This is called as a new moon day or days. On day 14 or after 14 days, Earth is between Sun and the Moon, as a result of which the light reflected by the Moon reaches on the Earth. Side of the Earth is facing day side of Moon, thus a complete spherical moon becomes visible to us. This is called as a full moon day. Just after a new moon day, Moon appears to become visible in the form of an ascent depicted in the figure. This crescent goes on increasing up till full moon day. This phenomenon of gradual increment of size of crescent of the Moon is called as waxing of the Moon. However, After the full moon day, the phenomenon just reverts instead of increasing. Critical thinking. Aryabhat, Bhaskar, 1 and 2, Rohini, IRS, Indian Remote Sensing Satellite, are some of the artificial satellites launched by India in space. In size further, the bright disk of the moon starts on the decrease. This is called as waning of the moon. Thus, different patterns of light reflection give rise to the different phases of the moon. Artificial satellite, man-made objects that are made to revolve around a planet are called artificial satellites. They are placed in the orbit directly from the Earth. Thereafter, it uses solar energy to work. Sputnik 1 was the first artificial satellite launched on 4 October 1957 by USSR. Application of artificial satellites. Different artificial satellites have different functions, so they are named accordingly as A. Communication satellites or ComSat. Satellite used for telecommunication is a communication satellite. Its application includes long-distance telephony, television and data transfer, internet, as well as the direct broadcast of an event to the television at homes. For example, live cricket. B. Weather satellite. These are used for depiction of weather through remote sensing. C. Navigation satellite. These satellites help in the management of traffic. They help in locating the position of aeroplanes and ships. D. Scientific satellite. Satellites used for studying the events related to Sun, Moon, Earth, comets, stars, etc. are scientific satellites. Constellations. Some stars in the sky arrange themselves in the form of a recognizable group. Arrangement of a group of stars in some recognizable shapes like that of an animal, human or any other object forms a constellation. Some common types of constellations include Ursa Major and Orion. Constellations are also called as nakshatra. 1. Ursa Major. Ursa Major or Great Bear constellation consists of 7 stars that form up the shape of a bear. Ursa Major is commonly seen in the month of April to September. It is also called as Saptarishi Mandal as it is formed of 7 stars. 2. Orion constellation. Orion or Vyadha or Mriga is in the form of a hunter. It is made up of 8 stars and can be easily seen on a winter night, so it is called as a master of winter sky. Orion constellation helps us to locate Sirius star as shown in the figure. 88 astronomical constellations are known, 12 of them are zodiac constellations. Critical thinking. Neil Armstrong was the first scientist to land on Moon on 20th July 1969. Apollo was the vehicle that made his journey to the Moon possible. Continuous review. Space containing heavenly bodies constitutes the universe. Solar system comprises of Sun and 8 planets that move around the Sun in their own specific curved paths called orbits. Other members of the solar system comprise of asteroids, comets, meteors, and meteorites. A celestial body that revolves around a planet in specific orbital path is called a satellite. Satellite can be natural or artificial. Constellation is the arrangement of a group of stars in some recognizable form.
Like, share, and subscribe.